What's up everybody, Green Kami here, and we're finally back with a Bleach review. Now last week I obviously couldn't do them because it was Golden Week, and then the week before that I was meant to just be late on that because I didn't have my camera. But when I got my camera back, my internet was gone. There was some weird problem with it. I had to fix it myself. But I got it fixed like 2 days later, and by then there was just no point in putting it up because it was like Friday then. So I mean, who would have wanted to watch a Bleach review on Friday? I'm sure someone would have watched it, but I just didn't see much of a point. But anyway, I'm back now with my Bleach reviews. It's about time because I missed Bleach. This week's chapter was great, like, so it's a good one to come back to. Anyway, this is my review for Bleach, chapter 536, Everything But the Rain, part 9. So, the chapter starts off with Isshin and Misaki looking at, well, Isshin looking at the hollow anyway. He makes a joke about, he says he's not going to let the hollow lay a finger on her, and jokes are saying, what, is it weird that I talk about fingers even though you have just a head? And he just realised that after I said it. And then he uses Getsuga Tensho and kills the hollow basically. And then Misaki notices that it's Isshin who saves her, and she starts asking just a whole bunch of questions. He's like, whoa, you shouldn't be acting like, a naked woman shouldn't be acting like this. And then she just, like, she puts her arms up or something, and you actually see her naked, which is very new for Bleach. I mean, not 100%, but I mean, all Kubo had to do was fill in 1 or 2 more lines, and it's right there. Like, so that was something. That was something different for Bleach this week. I don't think anybody expected that to happen. It was funny either way, and then just like that, they're back in Urahara's place. Urahara said he managed to connect their souls, and then you can hear Misaki talking, saying, he got angry at me for being naked. I think that's what she said. And then I don't know what he did. I think he was either pinching her head or something. I don't know, but she said it hurt anyway. And then we see Ryokan and Katagiri talking. Ryokan basically tells her he's a failure. She should go back and tell his mother that he failed. He wasn't able to protect Quincy, and she says something like, absolutely not, because I'm there to protect you or something like that. Ever since she first arrived, and what happened next? And she says she hates to see Ryokan sad because it makes her sad. There was more into that scene, but it's kind of having a brain block here, so yeah. But you probably already know what happened there anyway. And then after that we see it skips through the years. Misaki becomes a university student. Isshin opens up a clinic as he studied medicine. Well, a bit of it at least. All thanks to Urahara. Urahara helped out then afterwards to give him a bit more stuff to help him out with. I found it funny because on one of the pages you see a funny panel of Urahara like that, which is so Urahara to do, like. And then we go back to the present time, and Isshin basically looks at Ichigo and he's like, and then you were born, and you already know what happens after that, but one thing you don't know is the real reason your mother died. And then chapter ends. It was a pretty cool chapter, great one to come back for. I really liked this chapter. I thought it had a nice bit of humour, nice bit of drama, so it worked out for it. So I'm guessing we're going to go back into another short flashback to see how Misaki died. I really liked the way this chapter played out, like, because it kind of just it went through all the pointless stuff we didn't actually need to know. Like, we all wanted to know it, like what life was like after that, but of course Kubo went through because he'd just be wasting time if he didn't, like, which is fair enough. I agree with that. Seriously though, I actually quite enjoyed this chapter. The artwork was amazing in this chapter. The whole boobs thing, that was a huge surprise to everyone. I don't think anybody ever predicted that to ever happen in Bleach. Although it was a bit inconsistent, the size is like, I'm not even going to get into this. Great, my voice is going now. But it was just very surprising. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the chapter. Quite a lot did actually happen in this chapter, unlike every other chapter. I was saying not a lot happened in this chapter. A lot did happen in this chapter because Ishin and Misaki basically connected their souls. They went through years of their life. They got married. They gave birth to Ichigo, like, you know, so went through all that. But now the ending is very interesting because the way we know is Misaki died by Grand Fisher. So how is she gonna really die then? Obviously Grand Fisher will be involved, or at least I think he will. But I think other people are definitely going to be involved here, and I could see Aizen and Juhabak being the top contenders for that. Possibly even both. Now I think if both were there, that'd be very interesting. So my predictions for next week. It'll start off with the chapter with Ichigo saying, "What do you mean the real reason she died?" And then Ishin will start to explain. And we'll go to the scene where Ichigo is with his mother walking along the riverbank, and then the whole Ichigo saying the ghost girl, and obviously Misaki will then realise something's going on here, probably. And then that's when everything will change. I think like Ichigo will be knocked unconscious or something like that. Because I mean, we did see that he woke up to find her dead, basically, which is a horrible sight, by the way. I don't think anybody would want that to happen. But yes, I think that'll happen. But during the time he's unconscious, we'll see a confrontation with Misaki and Aizen, or Misaki and Juhabag, or Misaki and both of them. Ishin won't be able to save her, obviously, because he's no powers. So it's just going to be interesting to find out what happens. But my bet is it's definitely one of those two who will be involved, and I think it would be fucking awesome if it was the two of them that got involved. Think about it, like, I'm sure Juhabak and Aizen have met each other once before. And I doubt it was during the Quincy War, because Aizen wouldn't have been a captain, or probably not even a lieutenant back then. He would have just been either a random Shinigami or not even a Shinigami at all. But yeah, at least now we know how, because of this flashback arc, we now know how Urahara met Ishin, how Ishin and Raiken know each other, how Ishin and Misaki obviously met each other. And we just basically get to see what happened with Aizen after Turn Back to Potential. So this flashback arc was great, and I give the flashback arc a 10 out of 10. I give this chapter a 9 out of 10. I was originally going to give it an 8 out of 10 because I've given a lot of chapters 9 out of 10. But hey, there's a reason for that. They're fucking good chapters, right? So obviously I'm going to give them a high rating if they're good. So yeah, this chapter gets a 9 out of 10. The flashback arc gets a 10 out of 10. And we're probably not even finished yet. We will have at least 2 to 3 more chapters on how Misaki died. At least 2 anyway. Maybe 3. 3 might be pushing it. But 2 definitely we will have, because 1 won't be enough to explain it. And if it is, well then shit, I was wrong. But either way, I'm still happy to see that. I'm really looking forward to next week. So tell me your thoughts and opinions on this chapter. I would like to know. I'm glad to be back for Bleach reviews. I missed making them. So yeah, like, comment and subscribe. This is Grinikami. I'll talk to you later.